Awesome. Great. We're live. Thank you very much for joining us, everyone. My name is Steve Aquilina, and I am coming to you from Gold Coast, Australia. And we have some very special information to share with you this evening. So if you have been invited along, that person obviously considers you to be very special. Once we get through this information this evening, I do believe that you will recognize it as being very significant, and you too will want everybody who is significant in your life to know about this too. So I am here, just one person in a small part of this gigantic organization who has adopted a mission to better people's lives and to be a force for good in the world. And so I'm here typically every Thursday at 8 p.m. Queensland time. I can say that now. And what we do before we present to you what this incredible breakthrough is, and this is a real deal breakthrough, validated by universities as being the real deal. So this isn't going to be made up. And but before we go into what this tremendous breakthrough is, what we like to do is quickly speak to somebody who has been experiencing what this breakthrough is and what it is doing for them and or their loved ones. And so tonight I'm joined by the beautiful Shanti. Where are you now, Shanti?
Up in Mackay.
Wow.
Yeah. Making my way up north.
So Shanti is a beautiful gypsy. Can I call you that?
Yeah. Definitely.
The world is...
I'm actually in my van. You probably can't see, but I'm in my van.
It's looking very good.
Yeah.
And the world is your home, hey?
Yeah.
The entire world. Well, I really appreciate you jumping on this evening, and I know that you have some significant stories. What have you picked out for us tonight?
Well, I thought you might want me to talk about my mother. Like, my mother has, like when I came back from India, my mother was basically bedridden, and I was like, I thought she was going to die, but and then Dan managed to, he went over to America and found a seer, then came back and started telling a few people, and I was one of them.
What did you think of it at first when he first told you about it?
I was just blown away when I was shown the information. I was just like, wow, this is incredible. If this is as good as what they're saying, well, I'm going to put my mum on it, And then I said, well, if this is as good as what they're saying, then I'm going to take it too.
Yeah.
And yeah, absolutely. Anything to do with regenerating, hey. And anyway, one time, there was a time Mother was... I was away in Melbourne and Mother was home, and this was like in the first year. She still hadn't got out of the wheelchair then, but after the year she did. But she has a pacemaker, and on the pacemaker she got this abnormal cells, right? And I was away, and she said the doctor had said that it's too close to the machinery. He didn't know what to do, but it was getting bigger and bigger. And she said, what am I going to do? And I said, well, I don't know much about it, Mum, because we're only all very new to this back then. We'd only been drinking it for like probably 7 months or something. And I said, what I've heard is you get the gel, you put a bit of gel on it, and just, things have been falling off people. And she said, oh, what a load of rubbish, like that. And I said, look, Mum, just try it. So she did, and this pacemaker, so she used the gel every day for like about a week and a half, and she said one day she just leant over the bath looking at it, and it fell off into the sink.
Wait. So these abnormal cells, are they the kind that the sun causes?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Absolutely. Anyway, so she was blown away, and then when I had come home and she showed it to me, and there was all new skin there, so it was absolutely painless, and all new skin. And when I took her back to the doctor, I said, look at this, doctor, look at this, it's gone. And he goes, oh, mustn't have been a skin cancer. Oops, Mustn't have been abnormal cells then. And sorry.
That's all right.
And,
I've got a disclaimer coming up.
skin problem. A
Yeah.
skin problem. Yeah.
A very,
And,
very worrisome skin problem.
Yeah. Very, very, yeah. But I mean, we had so many amazing things happen with my mother, bone density, you know, all sorts of things, many things. She had a breathing issue that she couldn't even like hold a conversation for 5 minutes due to a lung issue.
Yeah.
And, you know, after drinking a Sia for a year, she was able to breathe again. It was amazing. And she got out of the wheelchair and walked.
I was going to say what became very popular within our circles was, you know, mum, as you mentioned before, you coming back from overseas and mum being bedridden and things sort of progressing downhill from there. Scary times, I'm sure. To flash forward, what was very popular around our circles was the footage that you took of your mum running upstairs.
Yeah. You know what she did? Like she was just saying goodbye to a friend of hers, and she's got a little mobile home too. And anyway, as her friend drove off, the lady had left her door open. So mum just turned around and ran up the stairs, and then grabbed her phone and rang her and told her, "Oh, you've left your door open." And then I went, "What? You just ran up the stairs?" So I made her do it again, and we videotaped it. She had no clue that she could do it. She had no clue that she could do it. She just did it, like. And then so that was really good. It was really, really amazing. Yeah. Many things, many things, and you know they're all on a See a Healthy Self. I mean, there are so many beautiful stories that we've all experienced. You know, we've seen and heard since we all started. You know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for anyone that might be new, or for anyone that might be watching the replay of this, the See a Healthy Self is a Facebook group that we have, and you absolutely want to go and check that out. You need to talk to the person who introduced you here, because they will need to invite you to the group. But there are tens of thousands. Actually, I think it's up to the hundreds of thousands of people that are in that group. And every single day people are posting about what this stuff's doing to them. So that's a great tip to go and check that out.
And all different things, because it's just a cellular, you know, it's just a cellular problem breakdown, you know, and then these, you know, it was amazing. Yeah.
And you know, folks, it's not when you're seeing this for the first time, or relatively the first time, and you still don't have much of an idea of what this is. What I'm going to show you this evening, it is not going to be what you think. Okay. I can promise you that it is not going to be what you think. This is something that, you know, the term cellular science is thrown out there a lot now by a lot of companies. We're cellular this, we're cellular health that, you know, even some of them talking about we're DNA this and we're genetic that. But it's not completely true. What you are going to see here, though, is true, real cellular science, a real cellular science breakthrough, a DNA breakthrough, a genetic breakthrough. Quite incredible.
And actually, Stevie, I just want to say my mum was 80.
Wow.
My mum was 80. So, you know, like she had a major breakthrough. And now she's 84. She just turned 84. So we believe that, you know, because of ASEA, we've probably added like 4 years to her life at least, you know. I mean, she's slowing down now because, I mean, she probably needs to drink 2 bottles a day, but most of the time she would only drink, you know, the maintenance, which is all she would drink because she thought I was wasting my money. And then I just kept saying, keep drinking it, Mum, keep drinking it. And she's so glad that I kept making her. Don't give up, guys. Don't give up. Just keep doing it. Keep drinking.
Well, I'm glad to hear that you're not only getting an extension of those precious times, but the times are becoming more precious because Mum's life is lifting within those years. You know, usually, as you found it to be when you came back from overseas, you know, worrisomely going downhill.
Mm.
But now she's running up the hill, literally.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't know if you want to hear this too, but I also had a blood disease that I'd had for many years. Since I was about 18, I'd contracted a blood disease from using intravenous, drug using. And when I was 50, I found out that that I had it, and the doctors wanted to put me on pills and stuff like that, and I said no, I don't like pills. I know the side effects. I've watched my mother get sicker and sicker, and yeah, that's another thing. I said to Mum, is it amazing, you've been under the doctor for 20 years and you're in a wheelchair. I rock in from India 1 year and you're out of the wheelchair. Oh my gosh, that was just amazing. But anyway, after drinking the Acia for like about 6 months, I ended up going to the doctor just to get a blood test, just to check on everything. And he said to me, did you end up taking pills or something? And I said, no. And he goes, well, you don't have that problem anymore. What have you been doing differently? And I said, well, I've been drinking this amazing stuff from America. And yeah, he said, well, whatever you're doing, keep doing it.
Yeah.
Because it obviously cleaned my blood,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
So,
I think that particular condition isn't meant to be one that you're able to easily, if not get rid of at all.
I think with pills and stuff these days, they can.
Is that right?
I mean, at one time when I was looking at the pills, the pills were like, I think they were $1,000 a day. So it was a thing of 90 days at $1,000 a day. So it cost $90,000, and who pays for that? The taxpayer. But
Well, thanks for saving us all a bundle.
Within 6 yeah, so within like 6 months, so like $1,200, and my body was clean again.
Wow.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, that certainly is. You know, and like you said, a service not just to you, but a service to the whole world, not just so that they can get their hands on this technology as well, but if we can ease the amount of people who really, at the end of the day, with a breakthrough like this, unnecessarily going through the healthcare system.
Yeah.
It's not just beneficial for them, but it's beneficial for the entire, all of society, really, isn't it?
Sure. And at that time, the side effects from those pills were just shocking. I had friends that went through it, and they said the mood swings and all sorts of terrible things, and their immune system dropped, and then other things started growing on their bodies and all sorts. They went through hell on earth. And I said, well, isn't that interesting? Because after 6 months, I just got better and I just got healthier. I didn't have to go through all that pain and misery, which is amazing.
Which would have led to more medication for the medication and more.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he did have lots of things cut and spliced and everything. Yeah. But anyway, amazing. I just got better. Yeah.
Amazing.
And thank you, Danny, for going over to America and telling us all about it.
Exactly. And thank you, Virtus and Tyler, for saying no to the pharmaceutical companies that wanted you to sell out and shut this down. So we'll talk about that tonight too. Yeah. Just before I let you go, Shanti, anybody that's having a look at this for the first time or relatively the first time, and they're not too sure, maybe it sounds a little bit weird, maybe they're just sitting on the fence. What would you say to someone that's going, I don't know?
Just do it. What can it hurt you? Do you know what? It cost me $7 a day for a year to get my mother out of that wheelchair. Now, I drink more than $7 of wine a day.
Wow. Yeah. So
Not
worth
every
it.
Day. Not every day. Anyway.
So worth it. And thank you so much.
So, it's not a lot of money. It's
Yeah.
not a lot of money when it comes to your health, and you know, your health is your wealth,
Yeah.
you know. So that's how I
You
look
know,
at
and
it.
it can end up replacing a lot of things, which saves you more money in the end. But again, you
Yeah,
know, the time you're getting with your mum,
yeah,
that's the most valuable currency there is. You know,
yeah,
time, because you know, if people paid to watch us here tonight and they didn't like what they'd see, I'd happily send their money back. I mean, nobody did. This is free. But if they
yeah,
didn't like what they saw tonight, I would send their money back. But I can't refund their time.
yeah, yeah.
And so,
And
you know,
also, yeah, and also, I mean, as mother was getting better and better, I was talking to the doctors, and I said, well, I don't think she needs this anymore, you know. And we were dropping pills, that she was, you know. So medication costs a lot of money, you know. So, you know, we're saving money on medication and getting healthier as time went on, you know. And I mean, I'm happy to anybody who's looking or talking or listening or whatever. If you want to talk to my mum, she will talk to you.
yeah. I'm sure you'll find Shanti on Facebook. It's still Shanti Beach.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that'll be the one and only Shanti Beach on Facebook. So,
Not really. I'm not.
oh, really? Well, the most beautiful one. You'll be able to find her easy. Look for a picture. Hey,
Yeah.
thank you
Yeah.
so much. Amazing. You're an amazing lady, amazing stories. And we're so happy and grateful that you're on here to share it with us tonight. Really, sincerely.
And I mean, you know, like we've all watched our friends get well as well, you know, which has been fabulous too, you know.
Yeah. Brilliant.
So,
Brilliant.
okay.
All right,
Bye.
folks.
Bye.
Thank you so much, Shanti. All right. What I'm going to do, folks, I'm going to switch gears here slightly. And I am going to actually share with you. Just bear with me one sec. I'm actually going to share with you what this incredible breakthrough is this evening. I've just lost my button. Oh, here we go. Now, before I do get into the presentation, what I want to be clear about is that ASEA does not claim to treat or cure any diseases, but what we're going to show you this evening is how your body heals itself and how you can empower it to do just that again, like it did when it was young, when you were a child. Imagine how fast you healed there. What we'll be sharing with you this evening is the most significant health and life science breakthrough of our lifetime, a category creating breakthrough. Not unlike the magnitude of the discovery of DNA or penicillin, an exciting and entirely new frontier in science, unlike anything you've seen before, that for 2 decades, science had declared was impossible. A breakthrough with enormous potential, validated by renowned universities and world-leading laboratories. A very advanced breakthrough, 15 years ahead of its time, and drug companies wanted to shut it down. Now, before we tell you what this is, let's be very clear about what this is not. This is not a drug, thank goodness. This is not a vitamin, mineral, or antioxidant formula. It is not secret herbs, spices, exotic berries, fancy juices, super shakes, essential oils, magic magnets, alkaline waters, electrolyte waters, laser lights, roots from magical 5,000-year-old tree, lotions, potions, gadgets, or any of the other really good stuff out there. What I want to be clear about is what you're going to learn about this evening is literally a groundbreaking and category-creating breakthrough. I promise you, you have likely never seen or heard of anything like this before. So here it is. ASEA Redox cell signaling technology contains active redox signaling molecules. What are those? Well, they are the exact same cellular messages that are already made natively within your body that affect gene expression in a positive way, helping to detect and protect healthy cells, detect and repair unhealthy cells, detect and replace damaged cells, activate your body's immune system to protect against bacteria, viruses, and infection, and keep your cells functioning the way they should at healthy, optimal levels. Why is that important? You are made entirely of cells from head to toe, from the inside out. There isn't a single part of you that is not made up of cells. And therefore, we live and we die at the cellular level. So healthy cells means a healthy life. And the underpinning factor to making sure your cells know how to protect, repair, replace themselves is by redox signaling molecules telling them how to do so. So really, they're the precursor to all your health. Now, unfortunately, with age and diet, stress, toxins, and other assaults within our environment, our cells break down and our body's ability to make and use redox signaling molecules declines daily. And as such, our cells break down even more. And with it, so does our health, our wellness, and vitality. ASEA takes science seriously and is highly committed to ongoing research with world-renowned universities and leading laboratories, proving the potential of redox signaling supplementation, demonstrating the safety and efficacy of the redox products, certifying them as safe and effective in every body. ASEA redox users enjoy cell signaling benefits, which translates to health at its most foundational level. ASEA redox has been scientifically tested and shown to signal the activation of genetic pathways and affect genes that improve immune system health, help maintain a healthy inflammatory response, help maintain cardiovascular health and support arterial elasticity, improve gut health and digestive enzyme production, modulate hormone balance to support vitality and wellness. And the list goes on and on and on and on. But to keep this short, ASEA redox has also been scientifically tested and shown to enhance your body's own production and efficiency of antioxidants by up to 800%. And in turn, that would likely lead to why there's also scientific results showing that after taking ASEA, there is lower oxidative stress in the body. And why is that important? Oxidative stress is the precursor, is probably the catalyst to just about every degenerative condition out there. And again, ASEA redox has been proven to be 100% safe with 0% toxicity. Why? Because redox signaling molecules are native to your body. Therefore, you can't have an allergic reaction to them, and they must work in your body just like the other redox molecules that are already there. The only problem is your body can't make enough redox molecules on its own anymore, and that's why we're aging and becoming more susceptible to injury and illness. Now, any health challenge, and it's not just health challenges, any health goal, there's really 5 main reasons when it comes to health that people seek out ASEA. Number 1, a health challenge. Number 2, a loved one with a health challenge that they're trying to look after. Number 3 is someone who wants the age reversing effects. Number 4, it's people that are in good nick and young, but they don't want to become old and unwell. And number 5 are people who are interested in being better at their sports or better athletes or better in the gym. They want greater degrees of human performance. Any health goal you can think of, redox users and their doctors are seeing just remarkable results. And so let's take a moment right now to hear from some doctors.
Redox signaling molecules are like the DNA whisperer. They signal cells to be healthy. And because of age, because of medications, because of toxicity in the environment, you lose your ability to make the redox signaling molecules. So having them with ASEA simply replenishes what your body is doing natively when you were young. You know, I've been in the business for 40 years, and this is the first time that I've ever heard about the redox signaling molecules, which to me is a breakthrough of the 21st century, akin to the electric light bulb in the 20th century and maybe even the discovery of penicillin. Because your body is a redox signaling program, and to be able to replenish it on a day-to-day basis, internally and externally, is not just a breakthrough, it's a game changer.
Health is something we have to earn. What can I do to get to the root of things and really prevent problems from happening? Is it possible? And the answer is yes.
You know, I think most people don't actually really consider their health until it's gone. So it's the choices that we make today that are going to determine the level of our wellness and our health and our healthy longevity tomorrow.
We want to keep people healthy. We don't want to see that deterioration. The whole process of the anti-aging and regenerative medicine that I'm so passionate about is on the premise that we can maintain energy, we can maintain health.
So prevention is key, but people need to value it. People need to understand what it is and take responsibility.
Inside every cell in your body, you're constantly producing negative and positive molecules called oxidants and reductants. And the contraction of that name is redox.
So with these molecules, we're amping up that communication. We're helping that cell signal.
Without these cell signaling molecules, we simply wouldn't do the gene replication that we need, the DNA sequencing that we need. These redox signaling molecules interact throughout the body with every cell that we know.
Every cell in our body needs these molecules for communication purposes. The more balanced they are, the more abundant they are, the healthier we are.
ASEA actually has the combination of the oxidants and the reductants that the body makes. So all we're doing with ASEA is enhancing what the body is already doing.
Having a product, a technology that's native to the body doesn't have to worry about detoxifying it because it knows exactly what to do with redox molecules. It's one of, if not the safest recommendation I ever make to a patient.
They found a way to stabilize them outside the body. And you can actually put them back into bodies that are deficient in those molecules. That's a game changer.
To have something that at its molecular level is native to the body is nothing short of a breakthrough.
This is something that's foundational for health, for every cell. It affects every cell in our body. And not just the cells, but the very DNA within those cells. You know, we talk about the discovery of DNA as being a huge breakthrough, the discovery of penicillin. Yes, these were absolutely huge discoveries. But now we have something that actually goes even deeper.
This is where the future lies. And this is why redox chemistry and supplements that employ this are so powerful.
They literally turn on and turn off, signal every single process in every living cell. And to be able to stabilize a product that allows us to replenish that is just a phenomenal breakthrough.
This has the capability to change the landscape of the healthcare system as we know it.
So Dr. Maureen Hayes there said that, yes, the discovery of DNA, the discovery of penicillin, these were phenomenally enormous and very important breakthroughs. But now we have something that goes even deeper, that is allowing the penicillin to work in your body, that is allowing your DNA to work. And it is redox signaling molecules. And that's what we're sharing with you tonight. So now that we've spoken about cellular health a little bit from the inside out, let's show you what cellular health looks like from the outside in when you apply the redox signaling molecules topically on your body with our two redox topical technologies, Renew 28 and our intensive redox serum, and supported by complementary all natural or botanical products, our cleanser and our ultra replenishing moisturizer. Now, these products have been clinically tested and shown to be safe on all skin types, and 100% of the participants saw visible benefits, results within 30 minutes. But rather than get rabbiting on, the proof really is in the pudding. A picture speaks 1,000 words. So let's have a look at some of the age-reversing, not anti-aging, age-reversing effects that are happening to people, because we're talking about lines and wrinkles being ironed out, talking about elasticity coming back to the skin, inflammations, irritations, aggravations, and other signs of poor health to the skin being repaired, being replenished, being replaced, and even the aftermath of such conditions in the couple of previous pictures, even that skin is coming back to the proper surface. It's coming back to the body's blueprint. Now, make sure you take good records before and during your use of these technologies. head to toe, inside and out, list everything you can, score it, and take good photos, because Rosie didn't take any photos. And so she believed that the products weren't working. And this is quite common among people who don't take proper records. It was lucky that Rosie's doctor took photos and was able to show her the difference. And it is extremely obvious in just 7 weeks, the difference that she had. Now, some people take a bit longer to notice it, as this lady's noticing her results over 7 months. What we do know is that redox signaling molecules, scientifically, they work in every single person every single time. However, in truth, what does differ from person to person is the time it takes them to notice the change. Some people notice it right away, some a few weeks, some a few months. You really just have to use these technologies properly and consistently, and they will already be working before you know it, but sooner or later you'll know it too. Now, this next picture is Dr. Marty Moran, and he decided to do a scientific experiment on his very own face and use Renew 28 on only half of his face and not the other. Can you tell which is which? Spot the difference. And let me give you some clues along the way. Look around the corners of his mouth. The line's more prevalent perhaps on one side than the other to your eye. Have a look at the lines running down either side of the nose. One side may be more prevalent than the other. Have a look at the wrinkles around the cheeks. Have a look at the bagginess around the jaw. Here's a big one. Have a look at the side of the face that the glasses are slanting to, where there may be more droopiness on one side. So if you guess that he used it on the left side or his right side, absolutely right. This is the side of the bed, by the way. On the right side of the bed is where his wife preferred to sleep during this experiment, because she really digged the younger dude on the other side there. Now, it's not just for your face. We've got a lady's arm, back of hand, belly button. We've got some marks here across a lady's belly. And also we have a clinical trial, actually, in a very large dermatological institute, who showed the effects of Renew 28, the gel, against cellulite. Now, what they found is where the ladies were rubbing in the Renew 28 gel, the gel was actually dissolving the subcutaneous fat that was causing the cellulite. So it's not just for your skin either. We have people who have muscle and joint discomforts and they use this gel and they get tremendous relief. We have people that have more serious, very worrisome, not just health concerning, but life concerning conditions as well. Like my good friend Sepp Hock did. A little spot on the inside was a very big problem, big, scary problem on the inside. And Sepp was using the redox molecules from the outside in and the inside out, and shocked his doctor, because the doctor expected Sepp only to have one consultation, because typically patients in Sepp's condition are just simply not there anymore for the second consultation. But Sepp was back for the second and the third and the fourth, and however many he needed after that. Now he needs no more consultations. Sepp is not in fear of his health or his life anymore. So he thanks Asiya very much. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a historical truth that with every great breakthrough comes great opportunity. Throughout history, you can see the bigger the breakthrough, the bigger the opportunity. And with Asiya, it is based in Nobel Prize winning research. If you went along to pubmed.gov, which is where all peer-reviewed medical studies are published, and you typed in redox signaling, you would see well over 30,000 results, because this is a very difficult slide for me to keep up with, because there's more than 150 studies coming out almost every single month. There are over 1,500 medical textbooks that have been written on redox signaling molecules. Asiya is the world's first and only redox signaling supplement. It's the first of its kind. Everyone else thought it was impossible to create a redox supplement prior to Asiya. And on top of that, Asiya is heavily patented. That means we have no copycats. That means we have no competition. That simply means that no one else in the world has what we have. No one, but everyone in the world needs it. And when you look at the massive opportunities that Asiya holds across all health science sectors, whether it be healthcare and wellness, whether it be sports science, athletic performance, or beauty, skincare, aging, longevity. These are multi-trillion, with a capital T, dollar industries. And Asiya serves every single one of them inside and out. Our mission here at ASEA is to better people's lives and to be a force for good in the world. That is our mission. So we want to help a lot of people. We can't do that all on our own. And so we look for people to help spread the word. Now, ASEA gives you the opportunity to earn ongoing commissions just by sharing the Redox with others. You receive a residual income, not only from the ongoing purchases made by everyone you recommend to ASEA, but also from the ongoing purchases made by every single person they and others also refer. So just like when you recommend a good movie, restaurant, cafe, book, whatever, people tell people who tell other people who begin to tell more people, and so on and so on and so on. And word of mouth can spread not just into your neighborhood and your, community and to your state and across the country, but across the world. There's no limits. And ASEA is currently operating in 35 countries. We're opening up new markets almost every single year. And based on existing trends, the annual turnover is projected to exceed $500 million over the next 5 years. Now, some business minds are saying this is very conservative and that $1 billion is very possible. So what does all of this mean? Well, perhaps now more than ever, unfortunately, people are looking for a supplementary income. Some people, more unfortunately, may be looking for a replacement income altogether. But for anyone who is smart, who is switched on, who is able to see a good thing when it's coming their way, who might be looking for an extra or part-time, full-time, or I just want more time or big time, or maybe a legacy leaving income for my loved ones, for your loved ones. For business-minded people, this is an opportunity to be paid a residual commission from the growth of this global expansion. There's nothing better than making a living from bettering people's lives. You get to join forces with others who are also being a tremendous force for good in the world. These are tremendous people. And you can even be rewarded with all expenses paid trips to 5-star luxury locations around the world. As you can see, some of the pictures of my wife and I, we've been lucky enough to do. And you have a really great time. You build great memories. You get to spend time with these great people and make great relationships, make great friends, and come back all the more experienced and empowered to go out there and continue to better many more people's lives. Now, I quickly want to just talk about the genesis of this organization. The redox signaling molecules in ASEA are so impactful on the human condition that pharmaceutical companies offered to pay millions of dollars for the sole rights to the technology. However, they wanted ASEA to shut down and take everyone off redox. Thankfully, founders of ASEA, Verdis Norden and son Tyler Norden, said no to the payout and yes to the people already experiencing the greatly needed life-changing power of redox signaling molecules. And as demonstrated in this very first and important decision, and in every other sense, ASEA always puts people and principles before ego and economics. And so I just want to say not only thank you to Verdis and Tyler for allowing this force for good to be put before you, but I just want to let you know that you are in good hands with this organization, very good hands. So please get back to the person who shared this presentation with you. Don't worry what the time is. They'll be glad to hear from you, and let them know what you've seen here and what you liked best about it. If you have any questions, ask them. They can point you to where you can find the answers. There's plenty of university studies, and more importantly, real people's life-changing experiences for you to see. ASEA is the real deal. Now, we want to help you, and we want to help you to believe, belong, and become more, because at the end of the day, it's what you become that determines your income in life. And income comes in many shapes and fashions other than just money. But I hope you'll become a part of this redox reality and live healthier, younger, longer. And I hope you'll invite many, many others to do the same, because as you better the lives of others, that's how your life becomes better. And from becoming more and more of a force for good in the world, that's how your life will be filled with more good. And so I want to thank you very much for joining me here this evening. May you always be happy. May you always be well. May you always be safe. May you always be secure. And again, I must stress that ASEA does not claim to treat or cure any diseases. So once again, thank you very much for joining me. I'll be back here next Thursday, 8 p.m. Queensland time. And if you would like to share your redox experience, with me and with others, then please let me know. You can find me or my wife on Facebook, Stevie Aquilina, or Sarah Tawai Aquilina. Reach out to us and we would love to have you on this call with us too. So again, I want to thank my guest, Shanti, for being there for us. Thank you so much. And everyone, you have a good night and be safe and well. Bye for now.